Hey guys, how's it going? It's Chris. In this episode, we're going to be talking about flipping. Nope, we're not talking flipping houses. We're not talking about that at all. I know flipping, when people hear the word flipping, they initially think about that just because probably for the last 10 years, that's all you hear about and that's all you see on television. Flip this, flip that, flip that. And it's all house related. We're not talking about that. We're talking about flipping anything you could possibly imagine. But you got to have an interest in that. And I'm going to tell you the right way on doing that. Now, nowadays you're hearing people flipping sneakers and the traditional things, flipping sports cards and comic books and all that good stuff. And it's a great little side hustle. And that's why I'm going to just take a little bit of your time to tell you about it and how to go about it. The key thing about how to flip things is, first of all, you have to have a knowledge of what it is that you like. And I'm sure all of us like something out there. If it's music, old albums, furniture, collectibles, sports collectibles, comics, toys, the whole 9 yards, it is there. The funny thing about it is that you don't know what you're surrounded by. And you're surrounded by quite a bit. And it can definitely grow a little side income, so you can probably use that to a trip or whatever the case might be. But you need to know what you're doing in order to do it. So first and foremost, I want to tell you about something that I've always done, and it's a little side hustle, and I love it. And being what I do for a living, which I always have a blast, producing games, I also like to flip comic books, and it's something that I've been doing since I was a kid, per se, being a collector of the comic books. But I know ultimately how they work and how it's the best time to flip something. And it's based on emotion. It's based about knowledge. It's about supply and demand and all that good stuff. But first and foremost, what you have to discover is, what is it that you want to flip? What do you know? Are you familiar with something? And then I want you to go ahead and research it. And the best way of researching if that particular product sells, or that genre sells, or whatever the case, or that collectible sells, or that piece of furniture sells, you go onto eBay. And when you go onto eBay, you don't go see what's listed now. That's not relevant. What you need to see is, you need to go on the top right of eBay and hit that button that says Advanced. And then you're going to type up what it is that you want to start flipping, to kind of get a knowledge what the community, be it the community, the planet, folks, is buying. And you're going to hit Advanced. You're going to type in what it is that you're interested in finding out what the response is. And then you're going to hit or check off Sold Items. Right there and then, it is going to tell you what has sold probably in the last 7 to 30 days. And that way it'll tell you what the most recent sale is, what the high low of the number is. So that way you know that you're not wasting your time going to seek out something, find it at a scalable price, and then go ahead on eBay or something like that, or Amazon, to flip it. If you're gonna flip on eBay. Period. End of story. I don't care what anyone tells me. I know there are fees out there. I know people try to flip on Facebook Marketplace. You can try that as well. There is no fee. That's a little bit trickier because it kind of falls on to those really awkward meetings, aka Craigslist and all that. So I don't call it a really safe environment. With eBay, you can actually ship things to people and whatnot. But the key thing is once you have that idea in regards to what it is that you want to flip, folks, then you have to go find it, right? So if there is a collectible store, you go to the collectible store. If there is a yard sale, you're going to go to that yard sale. And asterisks on the yard sale, you go early. And when you go early, it is vital, because that's when the best stuff is out there. Now, you're going to wonder when you drive down the street, nice spring, summer, fall day, and you see all these yard sales all over the place. Yard sale, yard sale, yard sale, yard sale, yard sale. 7 a.m., 8 a.m. Do you think that's there for a reason? You bet your it is. It is for the people that usually will go to not only one yard sale, but they'll go about to a dozen. And believe it or not, I forget the name of it, but there is a yard sale app that will find your current spot via your smartphone, and you put the radius of 10 miles, 15, 20, 40, 50 miles around you as far as a radius, and it will pinpoint all the yard sales. And to certain yard sales, it'll tell you what's there. So that way you will either go there or not need to go there. Typically a yard sale is a surprise in itself. But you need to know what you're looking for. I used to know a guy that basically what he and his wife did is he went from one yard sale to the other, to the other, to the other, started on the wee hours of the morning, got some coffee, got some breakfast. He was looking for slot cars, and I never knew what a slot car was. Slot car is basically those old cars that you would put on an electric track. I remember this when I was a kid. You have your little holster, and you would race it around the track that you built. His wife, on the other hand, was an expert on glass. Yep, glass. Glass vases, dishes, platters, all that type of stuff. She knew exactly what she was looking for. When she went there, that's when the poker faces come up. Right? They know what they're looking for. If they see it, they're going to be like, oh, wow, this is a really cool piece. Oh, this is a really cool toy. But in the back of their mind, they have done their research. They've done their homework, folks. And then they'll kind of bargain. Hey, what do you want for that box of slot cars? I want to get them for my son. What? $3 for everything? The 30 slot cars? Wow, all right, thanks. Wow, that's really cool. Thank you so much. Boom. Or you haggle. Then that person will get, in this case, his box of slot cars. He'll go home. Out of the 30, maybe 10 are going to make some money. So remember, he bought them for $3 for 30 of them, right? And in turn, he's going to flip on eBay and probably make well over 100. Easy. His wife, on the other hand, will look and choose. She knows the type of glass that she's looking for. She'll buy this vase, buy that platter, whatever the case that she bought at a very low price, and then flip it on eBay for some big bucks. Crazy. Yard sales are there for a reason, folks. Estate sales are a little bit more trickier in that regard. So that's a key thing to keep in mind on that. By flipping those, you're going to make a great side hustle by going to yard sales. Go to flea markets as well. There's no shame in that. People look for, they'll go into flea markets and specifically look for old record albums. Guess what? Vinyl is a hit lately. What? Did I say vinyl? Yes. Vinyl is a collectible item in itself. That's why you're seeing a revitalization of vinyl at now certain stores. It's trendy. Now, if you go to a flea market, you buy vinyl. If it's in great condition as far as the artwork and the cover work on it, go onto eBay, flipperooski, folks. Now, other forms of flipping, especially in a collectible sense, is based on emotion and current events. This is completely a different beast in itself. And this is what I know a little bit more about. Sports cards. It's always based on the rookie card. Nowadays, with rookie cards, folks, there's if a particular athlete came out this year as a rookie, there's not going to be one rookie card. There's going to be about 10, 15, 20. Some of them are signed. Some have a small swatch of his, worn game jersey embedded into the card. It's a completely, signed, whatever the case might be. It's a big monopoly in itself. What you need to do is go to your Barnes & Noble, go to the collectible section, and look under, grab those magazines that are associated with sports cards and see what the top cards are and see what they're going for. The key factor of why sports cards are based on emotion and current events is this. You could be the #1 draft athlete this year in your respectable sport. Football, basketball, baseball, hockey, whatever. But that doesn't mean that your cards can go through the roof. It will really at the beginning of the year. But it might dwindle. And it's all based on what you decide to do. It's all based on what that athlete does. Is she or he a very good athlete? Did they score a lot of points? Were there a lot of assists? Did they get injured? All that type of stuff plays a massive role. It's like the stock market, quite honestly. It's based on emotion. It's also based on emotion in regards to what do they do off the field, off the court, off the ice. That plays a massive role in the collectible as well. And the flipping could be pretty much a scenario of either hold that card for the macro or hold that card for the micro. I'm going to tell you, on most cases, on new rookies, it is for the micro. Boom, flip it, quick. Now, alongside with comic books, there's grading services where you actually send the card out and to a professional grader. They'll send it back, encased in plastic, give you a grade, and all of a sudden that card is now escalated in price. So now think about if you had, because I'm a big basketball fan, a Greek Freak, a Giannis rookie. When he first came out, he wasn't the #1 draft pick, right? A Jason Tatum that just came out from my beloved Boston Celtics. He wasn't the first-round draft pick. He was a third-round draft pick. So the scenario of those things, doesn't matter if you're #1, you could be 8th in the draft and do really well. So your rookie card raw, which means ungraded, will be worth something. But if you get it graded, it's going to escalate in price. Let's go jump over to comic books for a second. Comic books used to be a traded item. Now they have graded services. What raises a comic book's price on a flip is this. First appearances, deaths. Was there an announcement via a movie studio that they're going to make a movie based on that character? It doesn't matter if it's a big branded movie studio like a Marvel or DC. It could be an independent, aka Walking Dead. And that could take that book and really make it soar. That book could have been $3, $4, $5, and then that book, because of an announcement that they're going to make that particular character, that obscure character, into a movie, or that's going to be the next villain or what have you, could then turn into a $400, $500 book, $500 book. I've seen it happen way too many times. Do your research. For comic books price, primarily, there's a thing that I looked at. It's called Comic Book Invest. They tell you what is hot. And those, pretty much, are a nice quick flip in itself. Not on the macro, on the micro, because what is hot now might not be hot tomorrow. So you want to get that out, get that quick cash. And then what I always say is I take that cash, it's kind of like buying in, putting money back into your business, and then going for the more expensive item, at a better cost, and then flipping it. So you have to be completely like the smartest cat in the room and really have your poker face on, because what you might know and what you've educated yourself with, a lot of people don't know. So if you can grab it out of steal at a great price, man, you come out as the winner, and it'll actually give you a nice little side money on the side. So I just wanted to take this brief moment in regards to flipping, because I think it's a great, a great side hustle. You don't drop your day job or your night job or whatever, and you do this. And I'm telling you, there's a lot of people that are doing it. There's a lot of people that are not taking advantage of it, and I think it's essential that you get involved into flipping. So we all like something, and before you throw away all that stuff, your kids' toys and all that, do yourself a favor and look it up on eBay, because you might be throwing out, you might say, well, I got all these little monster trucks and figures and all that. That's junk. I'll give them to Goodwill. You could be throwing away, I kid you not, $500, $600, $700 right out the door. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. So definitely research what you like. See if it's flippable on eBay. Look at the current sales. And hey, best of luck. Thank you so much for listening on to this nice little video tutorial on flipping. Hopefully you liked it. Please like it below, wherever it is. Please subscribe to this channel, because I'm here to not only educate you, but a little bit entertain you as well in our variety of different videos. So thank you so much, guys, and have a great day.